Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend D.G. Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/CapesandLunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Annie Chang, and you are listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
That's right, kids. Time for another Salty and Petty DC edition. So, she's
heavy on the salty, heavy on the petty.
Hey-oh. She's a way salty.
And he's super petty. And together we make the Salty and Petty podcast. We're going back to our roots.
That's right. The thing that brought us together, Arrow. Because this week, Stephen Amell reprised his role on The Flash, Season 9, Episode 9. It's my party and I'll die if I want to.
Yeah. I think we're going to have to rewind and just kind of recap where we are in the season, the final season, where we just had 3 episodes of filler that, to follow, that came before this episode.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say this.
Like, I don't even know what's going on, bro. Like, what is season 9? Like, I don't understand. Like, there was like allegedly a Rogues War, and then we had like Mask of the Red Death, and then we had these like 3 filler episodes.
Was it? I don't know. Was it just like they wanted to do a final season?
Like, Bavolio came back? Like, what the hell is this? Really?
I mean, was it they wanted to do a short and final season?
Okay.
But it
wasn't the greatest hits though. These are not the greatest hits.
No. But was it just that they had to promise Grant he wouldn't have to be there every second of every day for the whole season? Is that what's going on here?
Well, I mean, it's the Cecile show.
That's what I'm saying.
It's been the Cecile show since season 6? It's ridiculous.
Is it?
The person she's married to that got her on the show is gone. The baby nowhere to be seen.
We finally saw that baby this season.
Like, holy crap! What the hell happened? Like, everybody complains about Iris. Why is nobody complaining about Cecile?
Oh no! Look at the internet. Yeah, they are complaining about Cecile.
Are they? Like,
yes.
I didn't see. Like, they're still bitching about Iris.
No, I see a little of that now, but I see, yeah, the last couple episodes are like, why is it her and Allegra and Chester? Why?
Yeah, like the people that matter.
In a regular season, I get like some filler, but it's like it's the last season. It's a short season.
Did I miss something? Killer Frost gone, dead? What's going on with that?
Well, Caitlin was trying to bring.
Didn't Danielle Panabaker just direct an episode?
Oh yeah. But no, they were trying to bring back Killer Frost in Caitlin's body, but then I don't know, the thing went wrong, and they brought back like a third entity, which is neither Frost nor Caitlin. What was her name? Keona or whatever.
Oh. The person we just got rid of? Tried to get rid of?
Yeah, I mean, you saw her for 2 seconds. Yeah, I mean, Danielle Panabaker is still here, but she's a brand new, fresh person.
Yeah, she directed this episode. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, did I lose my mind? No, she did.
No.
She did direct this episode.
No,
I was just looking through the season, and there's like outside of like Sarah Tarkoff, it's like nobody I really recognize from their earlier seasons, and it shows. And they had the nerve to have an episode called Interlude. Are you kidding me? Whatever.
That's what I'm saying. Did they have to promise Grant like he'd have some time off? I mean, I'm like, that's why I like this episode so much, because I was like, oh my god, the main character actually showed up for his own show.
I don't know why we're so. I'm so lost because, like I said, I gave up a long time ago. So he's getting the second 30th birthday.
Well, there was an episode where some mad scientist.
So first they get 2 weddings, and now he gets 2 birthdays. Okay.
A mad scientist like drained his youth and like tried to give it to himself, and then it turned Barry all old. But then when they like gave him his youth back, it kind of went too far, and it gave him a few extra years. So. That
actually happened on The Flash.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a pre-season 6 world, Lil Hellfire.
was so much archive footage too, and I'm just like, yeah, because they didn't want to come back. That puts a fine point on it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this episode was okay. I was just like, oh, you know, it's not even up to par to season 4, but it's okay. I've seen worse.
And Bloodwork's going to infect the multiverse?
I know, it's like, I mean, listen, as a Heroes fan, like literally probably a Heroes super fan, go check Prime Tech Files. Shout out to Ricky Diaz. I love Sunil Ramamurthy. You know what I mean? Like, okay, cool. But he must have needed the money because this was a terrible idea. Bloodwork, like you said, Bloodwork. Really, bro? Really, bro?
Gonna spread my seed all over the multiverse.
You had your chance to have him on your show full time, and you blew it. And this is how you bring him back. Like I said, Bloodwork, not necessarily one of the greatest hits we needed to revisit, but probably one of the only people that would be willing to come back under the shit show that it is right now.
Didn't the DEO have him in custody? What happened? Or I'm trying to remember. He might have escaped like in another season, but
yeah, I think he escaped when they initially met him. They basically caused his conditions, as they usually do,
causing their own problem. Yeah.
Classic. They learned their lessons from Oliver Well. That's all I'll say.
I just wonder if before the season ends, are we gonna get an appearance by Cisco?
Great. It took him so long to get off the pot to get out of there that I don't know if he ever really wants to come back. Because we know you want to go. Why are you still here? It's obvious. They took your powers.
I know.
You're not doing. They replaced you like 5 different people.
So I know, and like supposedly Caitlyn died. It's like there's no mention of Cisco or hey, we called Cisco nothing.
So yeah, leaves a bad taste in your mouth when it's like all that behind the scenes drama like affects the character, and then that whole will they or won't they leave? Are they gonna kill him or not? They should have let Zoom put the hand through his chest the first time. Then you know what I mean? Like goodness.
Oh, Wally got the hand, or Barry got the hand this episode from Wally.
Yeah, he liked it though.
Whoa,
not my business. He loves his Wests. We know that.
I love when Bloodworks trying to get Wally all worked up. He's like, he took your life, he took your father, and he's pawing at your sister. I'm like, oh, Berg.
I mean, he's not wrong. Not wrong at all.
Yeah, speak
like, well, speak the truth. That's how you piss people. Telling the truth in a world full of lies makes you the crazy person. Not to paraphrase Kanye West or nothing, but
unspeakable things he does to your sister.
You get a vibrating hand, and you get a vibrating hand. No, but I thought this episode was fun, at least.
Yeah, yes. And what did you think about all the callbacks to Era?
Oh, poor David Ramsey. Is he not on Blue Bloods anymore? Like, what's going on? I don't think he's been on Blue Bloods for a really long time. Let me stop making that joke.
I mean, at least he got to say goodbye to Oliver.
Yeah, I did like that. But that suit, what's yuck.
And I just love it's like I don't know. I don't think we've seen him all season, but it's like yes, I'm just gonna randomly show up for Barry's birthday.
He was busy on a different Earth.
Yeah, Superman and Lois. I love he'll make an appearance every so often on like Superman and Lois, and then they're like, no, that's like the diggle of that Earth because this Earth isn't that Earth's not tied to.
We're
anything.
not attached. Plot twist: Gotham Knights is attached to the Earth. Mark my words.
Oh God,
they're gonna get desperate. They're like, hey, Tyler H, can you come help us out? No.
Oh yeah, Gotham Knights will jump at that in a second.
Somewhere, somehow, they're going to chat. Tyler, don't do it.
Especially,
Dixie, tell them no.
Especially they're on the same night, so yeah, they're really gonna.
Well, yeah, they literally have no reason to be connected. But yeah, it was nice to have the callbacks. But like, this is not on par with the last season of Arrow at all.
Again, there's so much filler, and it's like, why? It's a shortened season. It's the last.
I mean,
season.
if they needed all these filler episodes, they could have just cut it down to like 6.
Yeah, 6, 8,
Yeah.
9.
Like, just don't have filler episodes. Like, that was the best thing about the last season. I don't think I feel that there wasn't any filler episodes. I mean, outside of obviously the penultimate episode, damn studio executives screwing up everything.
Yeah.
Literally screwed up our whole tradition for a show that we all knew was never going to make it to air. It just really, now that's what burns my goose, but this burns my goose more.
Yeah. They should have cut
They
it.
didn't even try to get back any of the old writers. I mean, although, you can't really even have Mark or Andrew around. And, Greg's so busy, allegedly. They really let this show go into the toilet.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you couldn't give Legends a break? Really? You couldn't? All this filler, you couldn't resolve the Legends thing? Okay.
Exactly.
Hashtag still better.
One episode we couldn't...
It should have been you, Flash! It should have been you.
One episode we couldn't free them from prison and get them back on that ship.
Have Sarah and freaking, Laurel reunited or something. Something!
Green Arrow and the Canaries. Oh, what about that? What about that line they tossed out where Oliver says, "Yeah, he keeps an eye on his kids"? I'm like, yeah, present.
Your son's a bastard, first of all.
well, present day, I guess he's fine, but isn't future William still?
Yeah, it's like you didn't do a good job, did you, bud?
Is the future William still a prisoner somewhere?
Yes, he is.
Since the end of Arrow, I'm like, what the hell?
It doesn't matter. That's not the kid he had with Felicity, so we all know it doesn't matter.
Oh, burn.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
That's
how the show treated him.
And I know you were disappointed we didn't get an Emily Bett Rickards appearance this episode.
I mean, honestly, though.
I mean, OTA.
She made her escape, and she's out doing whatever she's doing. I don't know if she's still doing plays or whatever, but good for her. Good for her. She didn't get roped back into this garbage. Good for her. I like Emily Bett Rickards as a person, but like Felicity Smoke, her whole family, literally her whole family can suck it.
Wow.
Her mom, her dad, all of them, they can suck it. That whole family on Arrow. We got to meet her whole family on Arrow. That's, don't worry. We're going to roast. It's probably going to be multi-parts, but we're going to roast the Arrowverse. Her whole family can suck it. Thoroughly and truly.
Oh God. We could take 2 months and go season by season.
Season by season, show by show, you will be roasted.
Oh my. You have failed this show.
You have failed this fan. Oh, the Flash has totally failed this family. He needs an arrow to the neck.
No, Eric Wallace, you have failed this fan.
Ooh, yeah. I mean, he barely had a comic career. So anyway.
Oh my.
Yeah, it shocks me that he actually wrote comics. So.
He did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Allegedly. But, I don't know. Like, it was, I like the callbacks. I love Spectre, although it should be Hal Jordan. It's none of my business. As long as somebody green is the Spectre, it's fine, I guess. I guess that's what they figured. Because, technically, in the comics for a long time, Hal and Barry were actually friends. Mm-hmm. And then he became friends with Oliver. And he's like, "Oh, you're hanging out with this hippie." When he got back, he was kind of pissed about that. So I always find it funny that in the Arrowverse, it's Barry and, Ollie.
Yeah.
Get your filthy hippie hands off my best friend, man. I mean, they're both cops, so.
Oh, true.
We had that in common. So.
I mean, comic book Green Arrow was like this big liberal, liberal.
Well, he turned into the big liberal after they couldn't milk Green Batman anymore. Like, well, it's time to make them different. No more Arrow Car, no more Arrow Cave. Let's make them different.
Meanwhile, TV Arrow's just like, what can I stick it in?
To be fair, comic book Ollie banged a mother and daughter duo, so it's not too far. But they got the Playboy billionaire shtick, obviously, from Batman, because that's just never been Oliver.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. For the longest time, yeah. So many times he's Green Batman.
Batman, my favorite character.
Yeah, but I mean, they couldn't actually get Papa West back for the party.
It's so weird. Well, he was in some of this season, so yeah, that's weird. I was like, I was hoping this would be the episode. I'm like, yay! You could just sit in a chair and give him advice, sage advice. No, I know. I mean, if you're gonna have him for some of the season, they should have had it for him for this episode.
Like this episode, it's like, oh, you blew your load. Okay.
It's so weird because just the writing, just the explanations, like he wants to give that daughter like a normal life and stuff, But meanwhile, it's like Cecile has to be a hero, so she's going to go visit them on the weekends.
Ugh.
And
I never expected that to happen for Cecile, bro. Like that has been the biggest plot twist of the Arrowverse ever. Well, next to, Felicity becoming Felicity. Those are the two biggest well, I saw the Felicity thing coming my way. I did not see the Cecile thing. Like I thought they were gonna kill that mom off and ship the baby off to Diggle and Lila or something. I don't know.
So Cecile's living in the house now, and like now Allegra's her roommate.
Yeah, and they were roommates.
No,
it's so weird how they have like this whole. Literally, it's like Allegra, Chester, and Cecile show half the time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I don't care about these people. I don't know these people.
It's new Team Arrow.
It's not how the show. What has this show become?
It's new Team Arrow.
It really is. It's like, babes, it didn't work for Arrow and it ain't working for y'all. And
people are like all pissed off too, because it's like, when they killed off Caitlin, and they turned her into this new character, everyone's like, yeah, Barry and the others didn't seem all that choked up about, Caitlin dying. They're like, they were all more choked up when Killer Frost died.
Well, Killer Frost was the more fun counterpart.
Yeah, I guess, but they're like, original Team Flash member dies and no one cares.
I mean, that's how it is. That the writers didn't care. That means the writers didn't care. Oh, she became the Laurel. I'm so sorry. I just realized Caitlin became the new Laurel. Yikes.
Oh yeah, because certain segments of the fans wanted her and Barry to get together early on. Yeah.
Yeah.
It tracks.
Well, Snowberry was never going to be a thing because of what happened on Arrow, so you're welcome.
I mean, I do like, actually, they have had a few Iris episodes, but it's Barry and Iris together. I like that. I like,
It's not We Are the Flash. Iris.
No. Yeah, they're kind of, they kind of work together when it's...
No, but I thought, this episode was a good episode to come back on. I'm glad that they cured him. That was pretty cool. They actually did something positive for a change.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
The goodbye could have been a little more heartfelt, but,
well,
was rusty.
I guess, but it's like while they're having that beer, he does like kind of call back to his dialogue from the first episode of The Flash.
Yeah. You're a hero, Barry. You're not like me.
Are you still a guardian angel?
Yeah. So weird.
How did you feel about the Diggle and Oliver goodbye?
Like I said, Amell was rusty and it showed for me personally. But it's a thought that count. They tried.
Yeah. I heard one
those writers are awful. Like, no tea, no shade. Like, those writers are awful. And they, like, that, I'm going to say the best thing about Arrow for, when they weren't trying to put them at each other's necks was the Diggle and Oliver. That was the foundation, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, it could have been a little more for me.
Yeah.
Just a little more.
Again, they almost could have made this a two-parter. Because...
Yeah, out of this episode they decided to make a two-parter, yeah, they absolutely could have made this a two-parter.
To squeeze more in, because it's like, especially with all the filler we've had this season, you could have made this a two-parter.
Yeah, and it was good to see Wally, but, and he's doing, and that's the thing I think that I like, because, like, Wally was kind of he had, like, a different kind of, like, they tried to make his power set a little bit different, and so they kind of, like, call back to that with him, like, I've just been projecting my consciousness. It's like, babes, that's the multiverse. You should have known that.
I do like we called back. Oh yeah, we killed Jesse and Oliver too.
Yeah. Oh, and while Patrick Saboigne is, Chief Singh and Kristen Kramer is the captain. She, what? I don't even remember when that happened. But okay.
Yeah, well, she kind of took Joe's place when he retired. So.
Yeah, I know.
But yes, I love Singh could show up, but not Joe.
And it's like, why? I was like, oh, you have archive footage of Robert Queen. That's nice. I'm sure Jamie Sheridan's literally not doing anything. They always the way they treated Papa freaking Queen though. I've been so pissed about that.
Oh yeah, I love children. Yes, I know.
Yeah, it's just like, what?
But
a man that would literally kill himself for his son so he could survive has love children all over the place. Okay. And he cheated on, I mean,
Well,
I don't know.
well,
Summer Glau. Maybe I would risk it all for Summer Glau. I don't know.
Oh, my.
I don't know. Back in the day when she was a Terminator, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, he loved his kids, just didn't love his wife.
I mean, Moira was hard to love. She was a board queen after all.
She acted like it, yeah.
Yeah. Yes, definitely.
But I saw the one condition Amell had for coming back. Well, I think one of them was he had to be in the Green Arrow suit. He didn't want to wear the Spectre robes.
What a fucking prima donna.
Well, okay.
I just like now that Arrow's over, I like, yeah, I can just say how I feel. I don't care.
It's okay. I mean, it gave us Bloodwork. You have failed this city.
It's like, babes, you can't recapture it. You're old and your abs are gone. Let it go. Let it go.
I wanted to be like, no, it's a multiverse, Oliver.
I mean, honestly, that's what they should have done. Since it's being reborn. And it's like, it's the last season. Why do we even care that the multiverse is reborn? Unless it's gonna, oh no.
Well,
oh no. Are they gonna do the real Flashpoint for the last 2 episodes or something? They're like, hey, Ezra Miller, fuck you and suck it. This is how you do a Flashpoint.
I think there's, I was looking at the solicits. I think there's something, I don't know if like Barry's like trapped in the past or something, or, cause again, we're getting, JWS,
yeah.
I believe his father and his mother's around, yeah.
Because I think it's a 3-parter, right? Like a New World Part 1, 2, and 3, and then it's the finale?
Something like that, yeah.
So I'm wondering if they're actually going to pull the trigger and do the actual real like Flashpoint storyline, because we know Zoom and everybody's coming back.
Yeah,
so.
because like I said, I saw Matt Lencher as Eobard in the preview, so maybe.
So I think as a final FU to Ezra Miller, that's what they did. Honestly, they're going to actually do the real Flashpoint, and we're going to go back to that house, and we're going to fulfill that promise.
Oh, this house is bitching.
Yep.
Okay.
That's my prediction. I don't know what the actual finale episode's going to be. I think it's probably just going to be a wrap up, a happy ever after, yada yada yada. But
it's so
the next 3 episodes look insane.
I know. And that's the other thing I saw. I think
they've never done a 3-parter before, so that's really interesting to me.
I think I saw something somewhere where they were saying Grant, like, he requested and they turned him down, like he wanted Barry to die in the finale.
Oh, you mean like how he disappear?
Maybe
for 30 years.
Maybe, or he becomes.
Honestly, that would have been the perfect way to end the show. He's absolutely not kill him, but like make him disappear like he did in the Crisis. I think that would have been amazing.
Or do what they did in the comics before they invented the Speed Force. Have him like basically become the bolt of lightning that hit himself.
Honestly, I thought that's where we were going, but the writers of seasons 1, 2, and 3 are long gone and don't understand comic book Barry. Clearly, that's why we have this mess, right?
Yeah.
That's like why we have Flash is not even a main character in his own show. And it happened to Arrow. This is what happens with an ensemble cast, right?
I mean, I get you. You have to have multiple characters, but again, yes, the last season. Why aren't we? You know,
the cast is too big, though. It's always been it's been too big since season 4.
And again, if you give some of the spotlight to Iris, that's fine. She's an original cast member, but it's like, why are we doing the Allegra and Cecile show?
And Chester.
Because I mean, Cisco's gone, Papa Joe's gone, so it's like, who do we have from the original cast?
Well, then that means we don't need extra people. We could have tightened up the cast and made tighter stories, better stories. And it wouldn't have destroyed the budget. Like, the more actors you have, the bigger your budget is. So why in the 9th season do we have literally double the people we had in the 1st season? It makes no damn sense.
Well, that's like when before the season started, they were saying, oh yeah, we're going to be really working on Barry and Iris's love story. So I thought, oh cool. Okay, most of the season is going to be focused on just Barry and Iris. Okay.
Yeah, right.
I know, but nope.
You fell for that?
I guess so.
I know better. They were trying to get the black viewers back, but it didn't work. They even put like shout out to freaking Candace, who finally can wear her like freaking natural hairstyles and a bonnet. Like, I was like, oh, that's so cool. Good for you. Finally, they finally got a damn black hairstylist. Like, oh my god, I feel so bad for black CW actors. Like I always have. It's always been a thing over there.
Yeah, and why I know because it's a black hairstyle, but it's like, no, I like what they've been doing with her hair. Why wouldn't they let her do that?
Racism, Phil. European-centric beauty standards, Phil. I can give you a whole lesson, but that's not what we're here to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was happy to see that. I was like, it's better late than never. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's been a wild ride for Flash season 9. This episode, I think, is going to probably be, unfortunately, the best episode of the season. I have no faith in that finale. But I am interested to see if they actually do Flashpoint just to stick it to Ezra Miller. Like,
maybe because again,
everybody, I'm talking from top to bottom at Warner Brothers that's involved, that even tangentially related, is wondering why the Flash movie is still coming out. So,
and again, yeah, they might be sticking it to them because supposedly they could have had a Grant cameo, and the director's like, nah, we don't want that. And it's like, we don't want to compare Grant to Ezra.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even think it's that. It's like, well, Ezra technically showed up in the Flash, in the Arrowverse too, during Crisis.
Yeah, but it's like, shouldn't you have paid off the other side of that scene?
Should have. But we've been through so many directors.
But I guess the director's like, oh, there's no room. Oh yeah, in a movie with a Supergirl, a Michael Keaton Batman, yeah,
Aquaman. Probably Wonder Woman archive footage.
Did you see that? That's the other cameo he must have asked. Is they wanted to have a Linda Carter Wonder Woman.
Yeah, she
cameo.
said hell no. Yeah.
Oh, I thought they told her no. Okay.
Oh, I would be shocked if they told her no, but I'm pretty sure she told them no, especially after that whole incident.
Oh, unless they're trying to save face, and she told them no, and they're like, no, we are not going to have her. No, okay.
Yeah, nobody says no to Linda Carter. She's like all we have at this point.
I'm sorry. She's like, how is she old? Is she like 80 years old?
I'm pretty sure.
Dude, she can pretty much still get it, okay?
Yeah. And bonus point, she can sing, if you know what I mean.
Oh my!
No, she does. She, up until like probably the pandemic, she used to go around to, like on the circuits of like the casinos and stuff and sing.
Oh.
You didn't know. Yeah, she has a couple albums out and stuff if you guys want to check it out. She is 71 actually.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, still.
I mean, she's damn near as old as like actual Wonder Woman, but that's pretty cool.
Yeah, but I mean, she still looks good.
Yeah, she does. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I really don't know what to say about this episode. I thought it was really. They tried. They really did try. They tried to honor, the show that literally is the reason for their existence.
And again, we could have did a 2-parter with this thing because again, we had room this season because we had filler.
We had so much room this season.
We had at least 2 or 3 episodes of filler. I mean, why wouldn't you make this 2 episodes?
Well, probably because they couldn't get everybody for 2 episodes. So I get it. It's an interesting premise. It just the execution of the Flash. It's bad.
But like I said, I think as of right now, this is my favorite episode of the season because the main character showed up.
It literally showed up. I was just like, I love the tradition of the Flash team cannot have a successful party at all, ever, under any circumstance. Not a wedding, not a birthday, not an anniversary, not a honeymoon, not a nothing.
Season 9.
No peace for the wicked, man.
Season 9. Oh, we're still pretending we have a security system? Okay.
Yeah. All that high tech and you guys still get broken into.
Well, and again, I mean, it was happening when Cisco was there and Chester's no Cisco, so.
Exactly. So hilarious.
Oh my god! But we actually did the episode this season. It was one of the fillers where it's like, oh yeah, but now that Iris is pregnant, Barry and Iris went off to have a vacation, like one episode.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, I'm like, really? We're doing this in a short last season? We're still doing this? Okay.
Plot twist: it's not Nora. She's pregnant.
Can you imagine if it was Dawn and Dawn?
That's what I'm saying. I think that should be the plot twist.
Oh.
Barry's like, oh, man. I got to go back and change the timeline again.
I don't think they have the balls to do that, though, because it's like, after they've showed us, Bart and
the other 2 kids.
Bart and Nora, they're, that'll be a downer of an ending. They're not going to do that. They'd be like, wait a minute, what happened to
Nora's
Nora?
Annoying and Bart sucked. So, I mean, we could literally do
Burn.
I hate Nora.
Really? Even though they tried to like clean her up and make
I hate that character.
Oh.
So if they had the balls to do it, but they love Dawn and Bart for some reason. I'm like, give me comic book accurate. I want Dawn and Dawn. Sorry.
Yeah. But no, I think that would be too much of a downer. They're not going to do it. They're like, what happened to Nora and Bart?
They're gone forever. Erased from the timeline. The Black Death got them. That would be my perfect ending, and I'll probably end up writing that fanfic if it doesn't happen.
No, Nora and Bart. No, Nora's going to be boring and say, we are the Flash.
Yeah. Anyway,
okay.
They tried. I give it a solid C+.
Ooh. I don't know.
I mean, in comparison.
I guess, yeah. I mean,
all the other episodes have been Fs for me, if that tells you anything, so.
Well, yeah.
Flat out failures. I don't even know how these people call themselves professional writers at this point. I think I'm going to have to go get myself a SAG card for writing, because I could do way better than this in my sleep.
Oh, speaking of, is there another writer's strike coming?
They've been threatening it, but I think they're actually fixing it.
Okay.
But I remember, because that's why a lot of the shows got like delayed, because they were afraid of the writer's strike. They wanted to be like steer clear, like, oh, your favorite show's got to come back in 2024, because they were thinking that it was going to be a writer's strike. So I hope they avoided it, because I've been through like 3 or 4 of them in my whole life, and nothing good has come of it.
Oh, I saw somebody online complaining that.
Oh, wait. Oh, they approved a strike authorization vote. But that was back in April.
Well,
I really haven't heard much since then.
Well, we are in April still.
Well, it's almost May.
It is almost May, but
like literally, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
We're one day away from it not being May.
I know. But I mean, I saw somebody on the I think it was on Twitter complaining because he was like, I hope there's no writer's strike, just because as a comic book fan, remember the last strike, all these TV writers were like trying to come over and write comics, and nothing good came of it.
And honestly, the comic book industry needs better. We need a union.
Oh yeah,
especially for the artists. But that's none of my business. I'm not here to push that agenda today. But yeah, the comic book industry actually probably has suffered the most, like as creative endeavors, because they don't. I mean,
the comic book industry doesn't get respect, but meanwhile, guess where they're getting all their ideas for these movies and TV shows? It's from the comics kids.
Okay, so the authorization happened in April, and they're working on a deal right, like as of today. They are still kind of trying to work on that deal. So it could still happen, but I'm thinking it's probably not.
I mean, is it always about money or benefits?
Of course, as it should be.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and plus in the streaming world where syndication is starting to not become a thing, what happens to all that residual income in a streaming format, Yeah. I totally agree that they needed to do this. It should have happened way sooner, and they shouldn't. It shouldn't always come down to, hey, we're going to strike. You should just be able to have a calm negotiation as like a cost of living adjustment negotiation. Like, just for the love of God, all the money that Hollywood makes off of TV shows and movies and everything else, like, what the hell? Like, it should not even be a question of the people that fuel the backbone of your industry to get a damn raise.
Well, that's like not even this industry, but like other industries I've seen where it's like, there's companies giving out bonuses during like,
to executives, not the actual people that are in the factory floor.
Well, no. Like during like the COVID era and stuff, for the longest time, they were giving up bonuses, and then all of a sudden, lately they've been pulling them back, and I'm just like, wait a minute, you could afford to give these people bonuses?
Well, they were getting federally funded money, so they had to get rid of it somehow.
Okay.
Yeah. I as somebody who had to work in HR during that whole thing, and I wanted to fire some people and couldn't because of certain monies that we received.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so that's actually why the bonuses are getting pulled back, and that's actually like for people that don't have kids, why you probably like you've never owed taxes in your life and you end up owing $11. They're trying to get that pandemic money back, bro. The money that they gave us all, that stimulus, they're trying to get it back, guys. Make sure you find your tax loopholes, because fuck the government.
Wow.
The rich do it. Why can't we? How's Trump paying $2?
Don't get me started.
I'm just saying.
I know. From her secret underground bunker in Mexico, kids.
Remember, kids, get paid in euros when you can.
We just need to go back to a barter system.
Brother, you're preaching to the choir.
You know, you go to work and do your job, for the amount of hours requested. Then when you go to the store, you can just pick up a TV and not have to pay for it.
I mean, you can do that anyway. You just got to be good enough not to get caught. Hey, man, fuck corporations.
You'll be on top.
If you see somebody stealing diapers and baby formula, no, you didn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's one thing. Yeah, I mean, that.
I'm about to start probably raising chickens or something, man. Like, you want to trade some eggs for some bread? Because I don't want to make bread. That's annoying.
Oh my!
I can make bullets when you want to trade bullets for. Oh no! Actually, making bullets in a forge is super easy.
Now I see what you're doing for the Mexican cartel. Okay.
No. I don't want to get involved in the cartel.
I like my head just where it is. Thank you.
Exactly. And my hands. And my toes. But it was good to see the boys back. Like,
oh, yeah.
I got nostalgic for Arrow probably like 2 years ago, and I started to rewatch. Of course, I couldn't get past season 3 per usual. But yeah, I literally have a little light setting on my smart lights called the Arrow Cave. It's a whole thing. Like, it's a whole mood when you watch the first couple of seasons of Arrow, right? It was really good. It set up literally this whole big universe that everybody got to play in and ruin. But like, at the end of the day, overall, it's more good than bad, I think.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
I think it's better than the MCU TV stuff, personally.
Oh yeah. I like, for the most part, I enjoyed the Arrow. Well,
I mean, even Legends, like after Legends got rid of the Hawk people, it got so good, and it was just kind of too late at that point, unfortunately. But
yeah.
Even Legends, you know what I mean? Like, they brought in Constantine, and I like Constantine, but NBC was never going to let it be great.
Yeah, I mean, I liked most of the Arrowverse more than like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Sorry, Charlie.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was a big commercial, and like that, I think that was the difference between the Arrowverse. It was never a commercial. It was just its own thing. Mm-hmm. It got to be its own thing. Stand on its own legs. In the movie, people probably were super jealous of it.
Yeah. And like I said,
yeah. Like, they took the Suicide Squad away from Arrow. You know, like nobody had any hopes for Arrow being good. They were just like, we just want to use this show to launch the Flash. Literally, that's what it was.
We're going to kill young hot Amanda Waller.
Exactly. So it's just like, So, you know, it has no business still being alive as far as a lot of people are concerned at the WB. So, good for them. And I hope they really do end up sticking it to Ezra and making a better Flashpoint story than that movie's gonna be.
Oh yeah, I'll trumpet it all over the internet. Like, Grant Gustin did a better Flashpoint again than Ezra.
Yeah, that first Flashpoint, they need to make up for it. But
well, again, it's like you didn't have the amount of characters, and 2, it's like you gave it a 1 episode.
Yeah. So I hopefully this 3-parter episode makes up for all that, and the finale is just kind of like the wrap up and us being happy. Do you know if we're getting like an hour retrospective special?
I haven't heard anything. I haven't heard anything.
Because didn't Arrow get that? I feel like Arrow got that.
I believe so. Yeah, they should. But these
9 seasons is nothing to sneeze at. I mean, it's not Smallville.
And again, but it went longer than Arrow.
Yeah.
It went longer than any other Arrowverse show, so better.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see how they treat this in 2 or 3 years if people just forget. Because I think that's the damage of the last kind of couple of seasons of not really having people we care about.
Yeah. I'm just worried that it's going to be, the next couple episodes are going to be half filler, half Flashpoint, because it's like, part of the synopsis was like, Barry's missing, and it's like, oh no, we're gonna, well, half the episode deals with Flashpoint, the other half's gonna be like, I think, well, Iris is doing something which is fine, but then I saw, Chester's trying to make a new super suit for Allegra. It's like, oh no,
what a waste of butter.
So we did. So I mean, maybe we're doing a Flashpoint, but we did it so it's like, oh, Grant only had to work half the time. It's like, oh.
And it's like, babes, you signed on for a final season. Your other season was short. Your last 2 seasons were shortened because of the pandemic.
Yeah, this is it.
I know you're married and you like, doesn't he have a kid now or something? Right?
Yeah.
So I get it, but Stephen Amell made it work, so you can too.
And it's like, it's the last season. Give it your all, and then at the end of the season, you're done.
Yeah, that I mean, granted, for a long time, he did work a ton, but it's it's the last season. You literally wouldn't have this job if it wasn't for the fans, and like, hey man.
But yeah, again, it's like you could see the light at the end of the tunnel. Give it your all, and then boom, you're done. You never have to put that suit on again if you don't want.
Yeah, that's just probably my biggest disappointment, because unlike Arrow, when Stephen Amell wasn't around, and without the outside exception, like Felicity literally becoming the main character, everybody else did get a chance to grow. But like in this particular instance, they just give us filler. Like there's not actually anything happening.
No, it's like Chester and Allegra, like a teenage love story,
Yeah, and we've evolved way past that.
It's basically like
there's like no outside of probably Gotham Knights. There's no show on the CW that's like a teen drama.
No, it would just seem like, for the longest time, those two were just like, oh, does he like me? Do I like her? I'm like, oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, bring back Ralph Dibny at this point.
Oh, they can't. He got canceled.
I know. Sky Jackson canceled him. So freaking random. Twitter's always been the Wild West cesspool, but like that's the craziest thing to happen on Twitter for me in a long time.
Oh, supposedly the character showed up, at once in a helmet, but then after that, we don't even mention Ralph. I mean, Sue will show up every so often, but it's like, we don't even mention Ralph.
It's like, wait a minute, Sue wouldn't be here if it wasn't for... Never mind.
Basically, she just shows up as like a friend of Iris's and stuff, but it's just like, we don't mention Ralph.
We all know Iris has no friends.
Ooh, burn.
I mean, honestly, I can't see this version of Iris West hanging out with anybody.
Why?
Like, they all showed up at her wedding. I'm like, she doesn't even know these people. She doesn't even like these people. Poor Iris. Bear's the golden retriever, and he just has all these random friends, and Iris just has to put up with it.
Well, no, I mean, it seems like they're trying to build out a friend circle for Iris now, because I guess, they're trying to set up that scene we got in the future in Armageddon where, maybe she's friends with Ryan Wilder now. And
yeah. Well, that would make sense, obviously.
Yeah. And then during that Dreamer episode, weren't they like, oh, yeah, we're going to get together, all of us reporters? And it's just like, oh, really?
I'm like, babes.
I'm like,
reporters don't exist in that world. You're bloggers.
Well, no, she acted like
glorified bloggers.
They acted like she was friends with Nia, and it's just like, we've never seen these characters interact once, even during crossovers. I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah, the Arrowverse hates women in its shows.
So, don't get me wrong, I like the character of Dreamer, but it's like, did they do that because they couldn't get Melissa to come back? Maybe.
Of course.
Oh, really?
Course. Like she's done enough for her fandom. Let Melissa Benoist live her life in peace.
Oh yeah, I'm not blaming her. I'm just that's probably the reason. Okay.
I mean, I was like, we could have had Cheryl, but whatever. Like, I would have said Cheryl over Dreamer. No offense.
Oh my. So we did the Batwoman. We got someone from Supergirl. Again, it's like we pretty much touched all the shows except we're not going near to Legends.
Unfortunately.
I know.
I don't know. The last 3 episodes could surprise us, but I think the writers' room actually confirmed that they weren't going to do anything.
Yeah, I thought they supposedly said they weren't.
But if they did it as a surprise, but we would have known by now. Like, obviously, they would have tried to get Matt Ryan. So
yeah, because I think they said
he hasn't not been spotted at all.
No,
so.
I mean, I think they're done filming. So
yeah, they are done filming. They've been done for a while. So. Whew, this is where we're at. This is what it look like, kids. Like I said, I'm super interested to see what the last episode looks like, how they wrap it up. Are they going to leave it hopeful? Are we ever going to come back to this well? Or is the Arrowverse going to be truly dead and gone?
I mean, I could see it somewhat being left open because, again, when the Grant wanted to say, "Oh, let's kill off Barry Allen," I think they turned him down. So I would assume Barry and Iris, at least,
that would just be a downer of an episode, right?
Yeah. So,
and plus, if they're not going to read the comic books and kind of do it similarly,
yeah.
then what's the point?
I believe Iris and Barry are going to stay alive at the end, so it's probably going to be
They're
somewhat
probably going to
open-ended.
go into the future. That's probably the ending they're going to give and be with their kids. I almost guarantee that's probably going to be the last shot of the show.
Nah, I think
They're corny like that.
I think Nora being born is probably going to be the end.
Ew. Don't end it on Nora. I'm telling you, if they end it on Nora, I'm gonna I'm gonna make sure nobody else gets a job from that writer's room ever again.
Well, we're going to defeat Eobard, then he'll come back from commercial.
No, we're never going to defeat Eobard, though. They're going to think they defeated him.
Okay.
And then we're going to... Oh, wouldn't it be cool if we got a post-credit scene like we used to, and it's actually Eobard, and that's just how we end Arrowverse.
Oh,
I am a sick, sadistic bastard and a comic book fan, and that's totally how a comic book show should end.
No, I'm these. I don't think these writers are clever enough. But here's an idea. If we are getting Eobard, we know that I saw Matt Lencher Eobard. What if this is like the original Eobard, who never went back in time yet, and once Barry defeats him, he's like, "I'm gonna go back in time and kill your mother," and that's what sets off. He runs back to the first episode.
Oh, that would be so cool.
Yeah, but I don't think these writers would do that. But yeah,
they're not that clever.
But yeah, if that was original,
I feel like this is just a job for them. Like, there's no passion. Like,
mm-hmm.
And this is how I feel about like comic books too. Like some of my favorite like comic books have just kind of turned into just like this cookie cutter, predictable thing where like it's like, okay, if you don't like the character, I understand everybody needs a job, but like go work at Pizza Hut, bro. Get off my comic book. And that's how I feel about a lot of TV writers too. They're just turning out drivel. They don't actually care about the character or the show or the arcs or anything.
I mean, I guess it's easy to say because I'm a comic book fan, but I'm just like, if I was on a show like this, I'd be reading Maybe
they're not allowed to after a certain point, though. You know what I mean? Like, I know that they need permission to use certain arcs and stuff and characters and.
But I'm not even saying rips storyline straight from the comics, but at least for some inspiration.
Yeah, I mean, like when it comes to adaptation, a lot of stuff, especially in comics, gets lost. Like, as a Harry Potter fan, like the movies are great and everything, but they left out a lot, and so that's why we're excited for a TV show, right? Every chapter can be an episode, so we can go more in detail, more in depth, and they had their chance, and they just don't want to do it with the comics.
And I'm just scared too because even if they nail the ending on this show, and then a month later, is Ezra going to damage the brand for however many years?
Everybody keeps saying it's a good movie. Everybody keeps telling me this, but I'm like, babes, you forget I saw the actual they might have recut it again. This is like the 6th cut. I guess 6 times the charm. I don't know. I
mean, just from what I've been seeing, it's like I think people either love it or hate it. So
yeah, and I mean, I can't even give it a chance because of Ezra. Even if it's good, I'm gonna say it's bad. I'm just gonna be real with you. I am.
I know. I mean, just with all the stuff they've pulled, isn't it just going to, I mean, is anyone, well, I guess some of you people are going to do it no matter what, but it's like, I'd feel guilty saying the movie's good. All the stuff Ezra's pulled, it's like, well, what did poor what's-her-face do in Batgirl that we couldn't release that?
Yeah, exactly. With Brendan Fraser and all that.
Exactly. Brendan Fraser, who's like winning awards now. You guys could have built, if you're worried about, pinning it on your lead, it's like you had Brendan Fraser there.
Yeah. Interesting choice. Interesting artistic choices Warner Brothers has made. I'm glad that the Flash is actually coming to an end and that Grant can take some time, and if he wants to reinvent himself, he still has time to reinvent himself and go on and do other things. But like outside of David Ramsey, who does a couple of other things here and there in other places, I don't really see Arrowverse actors anymore. Like poor Amell is trying to stay on the spotlight desperately. It's really sad at this point. He tries, but like everybody else is kind of faded. Like, Willa.
Well, we get Rick Gonzalez every week on Law and Order, Organized Crime.
That is true. And you know what? He also had another show. It was on Peacock. It was like that Da Vinci show he was really good in too.
Okay.
Also playing a cop. I'm sensing a theme here.
He must like being an action star, I guess.
Yeah, well, and I'd be down for that.
Yeah.
Good for him. Like, yeah, he's like one of the only people that I see out there, really. It's interesting, right?
Yeah. So I'm trying to think who else. Nobody I can think of. Katie Cassidy's on. Is Katie Cassidy on anything?
No, she had that movie like right after like Arrow, like the second to last season before Arrow, and then like nothing really came of it. And I think she tried to go and do some singing, and that didn't really happen either. So
yeah, and does Grant do a movie every so often? I always think I see like.
Does he?
I don't know if
I
don't know if it's anything big. I mean, anyway, it would be like made for TV movies or something, or on a stream or somewhere. Know. But I thought I've
never bothered to look up Grant Gustin's movie.
I thought I saw something somewhere. I thought he was in some movie with like he was with I forget who he co-starred with, but they played brothers or something.
Rescued by Ruby, is that like a Hallmark movie?
Maybe that's what I'm saying. I think it's either like TV movies or something on a streamer somewhere. Yeah.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
What's it about?
I thought I saw that, and I thought I saw something else. So,
it's based on a true story, I guess. Oh, it's wholesome. That's good.
Yeah, that's I don't think he's going too far off.
I mean, some of his earlier movies, if you know, you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like Influenza and a couple of other things. It's teenage Drek, you know.
Yeah.
I won't hold you up. You do not need to watch any of his like older movies.
But I mean, now, yes, he played a wholesome hero, so it's like spin off that.
Yeah, that's his brand, unfortunately. So,
some people
we can't all be JWS.
No, I mean, some people can build a career off that.
A lot of people have, but if that's what he wants to do, if that's what his management thinks is best, good for him.
He's a family.
I'm rooting for him. Oh, he's going to be a Hallmark guy. Oh, I bet you. Give it 5 years. He's going to be like the king of Hallmark.
Maybe. Oh, you know what? He might have an in because didn't Danielle Panabaker do at least one of those Hallmark movies? Or
I swear she did like 6.
The TV was just on at my in-laws the one day, I just happened to see her in one of those movies.
I was going to say your in-laws, your mom loves Hallmark.
I know, but I think that's where I was at. But yeah, I know. So I knew Danielle Panabaker did at least one of those movies. So,
are you sure it wasn't her sister though? They literally look just alike.
No, I watched enough where I was like, is that her? No, it was her. Like the voice, the face. Yeah, I mean, it was her. So he might have his in at Hallmark.
Yeah, I mean, people should be chomping at the bit. I mean, this kid's squeaky clean. You never hear anything about Grant. Like, never!
No, literally. I think he sits at home with his wife and daughter, and so...
So I think actors like that deserve it. So.
Exactly. Again, they should have replaced Ezra with him. Man.
I wouldn't say that. I just think that the movie shouldn't have come out because it's a dead universe. It doesn't matter. Why is this movie coming out?
Well, yeah, that's what.
Are they canceling Aquaman 2 or no? Are they actually making that come out?
As far as I know, it's still coming out, but I mean,
yeah, because I heard that there was debate on whether or not they really wanted to.
Well, is it because Shazam 2 numbers were so bad? Because
and the whole Amber Heard thing, like a lot of fans said, yeah, we're telling you guys, we're gonna make it numbers worse than Morbius.
So I think it's morbid. I think it's just a combination of they're afraid of another repeat of the Shazam 2 debacle and Amber Heard. So.
I mean, they took a lot of her scenes out. Allegedly, I don't believe them.
Oh, that'll help the plot. That'll help the plot and story. Okay, yeah, we're gonna just rip out a character.
I mean, she didn't didn't she say like? I think she said less than 50 words in the original Aquaman. She's just there to be pretty. I mean, if you give it a word count, it's not high. I'm not joking.
Well, yeah,
you could have replaced her with a broom, and I don't think it would have really made a difference. Nicole Kidman really was kind of really took over that movie.
A broom ain't built like that. But yeah,
if you're in the silicone, that's fine.
I mean, I haven't watched a lot of her stuff. Is she that good? Is she that good of an actress, though?
She's not.
Okay, so maybe that's why they didn't give her. That's why they didn't give her a ton of lines. They're just like, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like it really. Like I'm just saying, they literally she's a MacGuffin essentially, right?
Well, yeah, she's just something for Aquaman to.
Well, I didn't say a McLovin muffin. I said a MacGuffin.
McLovin.
I need that as a drop, please.
I know, I need that. Oh.
So yeah, it's we're never gonna beat the MCU at this point. It's futile to even try. I say, do your own thing. Let it be its own thing.
I mean, you could be there one day, but you're never going to catch up to Marvel.
They're never going to catch up. Listen, if you can't have a Batman Superman movie make $1 billion, read the room.
Yeah.
Fix your brands first. Fix your brands first, and only then should you try to proceed.
That's why I'm like willing to give like James Gunn stuff a chance, because I'm like, no. As long as it's not Zack Snyder, it's a different take. I'm like, okay, I'm willing to entertain this, but let's see what you got.
I don't know. I would have never.
As long as it's not dark.
I would have never put that on my shoulders. James Gunn is a madman. I would have never.
Well, they must have. They probably backed the truck up.
We need the money, Jimmy.
I don't really think so.
Oh no,
Kevin Feige. I mean, he's never going to have that kind of money. Well, hell, Warner Brothers doesn't really have that money right now, honestly. So I don't know.
Well, maybe it was just he was going to be at it at Marvel no matter what, so it was just like, might as well come over here, keep working.
I guess we'll see. I'll give Kevin Feige this. He is a people person and a money person. I don't know that James Gunn is that guy. I don't. We'll see. I mean, he's an ideas guy, sure, but at the end of the day, the position that he's in, you need to be a people person that can connect the people and the money together, and that's what makes Kevin Feige so invaluable, and that's why what he says goes, because he's the money man. he finds a way to keep that money coming in. So
yeah, but I mean, isn't that's just Warner DC at this point, isn't it? It's like they're basically the Dollar Tree version of the MCU, right?
Not even the Dollar Tree, the 99-cent store.
Oh, the Goodwill store.
Goodwill's expensive. They wish they were good. they're the Shein of it all.
Oh my god! I heard the stupidest thing the one day. There's people who actually try to return stuff to the Goodwill store.
What?
I saw something online. Somebody tried to return, I don't know if it was clothing or something, to like a Goodwill store. I'm like, really? You're going in there. One, it's supposed to be going to charity, but two, aren't you like, you're taking your chances with,
yeah, that's the
quality.
Whole point.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, they give you a receipt, but I don't think they really.
I thought that was for tax purposes.
Yeah, tax purposes.
Here, you could write this off. You could write off that $5 shirt. Okay.
I don't even think you can do that, but it's more for them.
Okay.
Wait a minute, Ken. I'm gonna have to ask my accountant if that's the case. I'm gonna go. Can you write off clothing? I don't know, maybe. Thanks, Phil. Thanks for giving me another tax loophole.
I want to be a fly on the wall when you talk to that accountant. Can I write off Funkos? Oh, then the U.S. government owes me $2.2 billion.
Oh, I didn't even tell you. I sold half my Funko collection. I only have like 200 now. Before I moved.
Oh, only 200. Okay.
Out of 400, that's a lot.
400.
Yeah, I sold half the collection. I was like, I don't need all this.
Didn't ask me if I wanted any, or was it nothing I would be interested in?
Yeah, nothing you'd be interested in. Lots of anime stuff.
Oh, okay. Lots of tentacles. Okay, I got you.
All my DC and Marvel stuff is still here. Thank you very much.
Okay.
And my South Park, my precious South Park.
Okay, never mind then. She sold all the tentacle porn.
I don't think those are tentacles.
But anyway, I just hope we leave on a positive note. Like, I wanted Flash to be better than it was. I tried to pretend. I just gave up, though. It just got so bad.
I know. Thank you, Eric Wallace.
And
in the pandemic, towards the end of season 6, didn't help either. So,
yeah, that really is what kind of destroyed a lot of things.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying Eric Wallace doesn't share the blame, but yeah, the pandemic really did not help.
For network TV specifically, definitely.
Yeah.
So, yeah. We'll definitely be back when the show ends, and like I said, we will eventually do a deep dive on Arrow, whether it's here or on the Patreon or something. So,
but yeah, keep an eye on this feed, because yes, we will do something somewhere for the finale of Flash. So,
yeah, we're gonna talk Green Arrow number 1.
I was gonna say, did you want to talk Green Arrow number 1?
Yeah, let's talk. Give me 1 sec to get it pulled up.
Hey. I mean, this issue, is it just set up coming out of Dark Crisis? Because I'm just like, this is too cosmic for me for a Green Arrow book.
Yeah. And I never really saw Joshua Williamson as a Green Arrow guy.
I mean, just the amount they were putting out and all the planning he put into Dark Crisis, were they just like, oh, what book do you want to write? Do they just does he have like a rubber stamp at this point that he can write whatever he wants over there?
I don't think Joshua Williams has the rubber stamp at
all. No? You don't think?
No, not yet. Maybe he's working towards that, but not yet. But like, he did bring the Arrow. Well, he's trying to bring the Arrow family back, so I appreciate that. I mean, like, when's the last time Roy and Ollie actually talked? It's been forever.
Yeah. Again, how long's it been since we had a Green Arrow book?
Yeah, true.
And I think this might only be a miniseries, maybe.
Oh,
I'm not sure. Although I know some of the books that were starting around this time are just miniseries, but I don't know if this one is or not.
Oh, usually if it is, though, they'll tell you one of something. I didn't see that on the cover.
Oh, okay. Maybe not.
Yeah, I think they are trying to get back to basics and rebuild all the characters of the classic Justice League. So maybe that's what we're going here for. But like, we do have to kind of address Dark Crisis. So, I mean, I'm willing to give it a couple of issues to see where we land. I mean, I think he gets the general principle of Green Arrow, but like, how he fleshes that out and where he decides to go forward after we kind of resolve that Dark Crisis is going to be the question for me.
Yeah.
Because Cosmic and Green Arrow do not go together.
Yeah, I think once we get him back on the streets and stuff, yeah, that's when we'll see.
Yeah. I really would have preferred, instead of a Green Arrow book, as a Black Canary book. So maybe we can spin that out. And I mean, I want to see Roy. Like I said, I would love to see another Red Hood and the Outlaws with Roy in it. Potentially. So
yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know. I mean, they've done it before kind of well, but it's like, do we need like a whole big Green Arrow family still? I mean, every month.
I think, and not every month, but no. I think we do need to rebuild the Arrow family. It's been a while.
Yeah.
And I mean, it would be great to see them interact and actually resolve their issues, or at least just address the issues that have been in the room, why Roy is the way he is right now, and just see some kind of reconciliation, to see him and Black Canary. Like, I don't want their relationship necessarily, but I'd love to see them as like a partnership just to start.
Yeah, I mean,
fighting crime. So
I mean, I guess we need Roy somewhere, because it doesn't look like he's showing up in the new Titans book. So
yeah, that's what I noticed too. So, and I mean, justice for all the old characters and legacy characters. I thought that was the point. That you guys kind of washed that away in New 52, kind of like tried to not address it in Rebirth, and now with Dark Crisis, this is your chance to fix everything, set things back to a sort of status quo, and really be able to get into the meat and potatoes and the heart of the characters so that people care again. Well, and I mean, Green Arrow does have a family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it seems like they're turning stuff back. So, I mean, look at this issue. I mean, Roy, Connor, just like, oh yeah, we're slowly, again, they're all slowly rolling back to pre-New 52, but these days they'll never admit they're rebooting or doing anything. They're like, no, this is a new era. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, it's just what, I mean, and like I said, it's a post, Ultimates world where you can just write, if you get a number one, you can set your characters up however you want. And that's fair enough. That's fair enough. That's what you want to do. But if you want to honor what came before you, good for you. And I feel like that's what he's trying to do and put his own twist on it, but that twist better not stay cosmic. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Yeah. No.
The armor can go. It can go.
Yeah. No.
This isn't Daredevil. It can go.
It's so weird. We started Green Arrow number one this way, but then Green Lantern number one's coming out, and it's like how Jordan's going to be basically quarantined the Earth. I'm like, boy, look
out, women!
We kind of flip-flopped it. Look out, teenage girls.
I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, but okay, you got me.
I, of course, love out Jordan.
I'm telling Will.
Go ahead, he knows. I'll say it to his face.
So, yeah, I mean, not the best start, but like I feel like there's some promising kernels that could pop.
Oh, yeah. I kind of knew this was going to be what it was going to be when, at the end of Dark Crisis, when they're like, oh, Oliver didn't return with everyone else. I'm like, oh, here we go. We're going to do something cosmic or something,
Well, I mean, it's always nice to try something.
Yeah.
I heard that they're really gonna try to touch all the lore of GA, is what Joshua said in an interview. And, dig into, like, the old villains and stuff. Obviously, he probably can't use onomatopoeia. I think we have a ban on that.
Oh, really?
When's the last time we saw onomatopoeia? I'm just saying.
I just thought maybe they would have wanted to use them, but okay.
No, it's a cool, like, the fans love onomatopoeia. They do! Those issues sell really well. And that episode of, what was that? Arrow or Flash? Was it Flash? No, it was Arrow.
I think it was Arrow, yeah.
I mean, the execution was bad, but people tuned in hoping that they that they do a good job on onomatopoeias. So it was just like, no, fans really do like that character. But like, so that's why I think there's technically a ban on that character.
Is it just weird where it's like, oh yeah, he showed up in that Kevin Smith Batman miniseries, and it's like he killed someone, and then it's like we don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know, but like, it's just weird. Like, I would love to see like him with the Justice League again. Like, I want to see a classic Justice League lineup so bad.
Yeah.
So bad. Back to normal. Like,
I think we're building towards that maybe towards the end of this year or the beginning of next year, like a Justice League.
Yeah, we have so long to wait, bro.
Oh, yeah.
So long to wait.
Because they want to play it out for a little bit. It's like, oh, the Titans are the new team,
And like, no, it's not! Look, listen, I love Titans just as much as everybody else, but guess what? George is gone. Okay? Everybody else who made that book good is gone.
Yeah, but it's like...
Gone!
And it's like they're
in the ground!
And the brand, too. It's like, well, your show's about to end, and I don't see anything else on the horizon.
And that show's not good.
Titans. Oh, God,
and Teen Titans Go is not good. So everything Titans is just like, bad taste in my mouth.
Titans could have been good, but it's like, even Kristen admits, like, every season,
babes,
it's like...
Babes, be serious.
The writing, I mean, every...
The minute I saw the makeup for Raven, I was just like, nope. They should put this on the CW. It's the same budget. It's the same thing.
This season? Are you talking about Raven?
Stargirl had a better budget than Titans. I'm just saying. They did. R.I.P. Stargirl. F in the chat for Stargirl, please.
That's the other thing. Okay. Now that you mentioned Stargirl, I'm sorry, but it's like, why did Titans get that cameo? Why didn't they do that on the Flash?
Yeah, it makes you wonder, doesn't it?
And the grand cameo is basically footage.
Yeah. Rude. That was really rude, actually. Stargirl was... Look, listen, nobody get mad at me. Stargirl was better than Supergirl. There, I said it.
I mean, instead of filler, why didn't we do a Stargirl episode where they were like, oh, well, the old Earth 2 is destroyed, but at least this new hopeful Earth 2 exists in its place, something.
Yeah. So many things we could have done but didn't do. But right. I don't know. I'm going to be real with you. Like, I'm not that excited about Green Arrow. I'm glad that he has a book because there should always be a Green Arrow book. There should always be an Aquaman book. There should always be a Wonder Woman book. The big seven should all, and Martian Manhunter. They should always have a book regardless of sales. Like, you just need to have it out there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad to see that they kind of understand that now. And like I said, Joshua Williams was an interesting choice. I don't know if he asked for it or if they gave it to him. I'm not sure. Because if he asked for it, that means he likes the character.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and like we talked about, it's like, did those movies like hurt the franchise so much where it's like we had to basically Dark Crisis. That was the point. We had to kill the Justice League. We burned the Justice League to the ground so we could rebuild from scratch and give it some time to breathe, away out of the public eye.
I mean, like I said, no, not too many people who were watching the Snyderverse were comic book fans. So, but the Justice League had been dead long before this, though, because of Bendis. So, I think that's what it actually boiled down to, getting rid of what Bendis did.
Yeah.
So, we'll see. I'm curious to see that new Aquaman book as well. So, how that does.
I'm trying to remember. Was that I swear something was a miniseries. I don't know if that was.
I think that might have been.
Might have been Aquaman. Yeah, maybe.
I mean, in time for the movie, obviously, clearly. So.
Yeah, because that'll help.
It might. Aquaman fans are weird. I'll give it to us. We're kind of a weird, unpredictable bunch. Like, for God's sake, some people actually like the harpoon hand.
90.
I mean, no judgment. No judgment. No comment, but no judgment.
Some people like the harpoon hand. You have to hand it to them.
Take a stab at it.
Oh, my.
I did want to what was that? Blue Beetle graduation day number 6. Since we're just kind of in a DC silly goofy DC mood today.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually pretty good. Okay. I got around to reading it today.
Oh, I don't think we ever discussed that anywhere. What do you think of that Blue Beetle trailer?
Be so serious. A Blue Beetle? Be serious? We want Booster Gold, not Blue Beetle.
Are we trying to do like Teenage Iron Man? Is that what we're trying to do?
That's exactly what I'm like, babes, don't you know Marvel's actually literally getting ready to do that? Mark my words.
Well, maybe that's why they're trying to beat them to the punch. I was going to say, it seems like they're trying to do a combination of...
Never try to beat Marvel to the punch, babes. They're always going to be better than you at this point. I'm sorry.
It seems like they're trying to do a combination of like Teen Iron Man and Teen Venom. Is that what...
I don't know what's going on. Like, I don't... Listen, Jamie Reyes is there for people, for representation, and people like that Blue Beetle. I don't like that Blue Beetle. I mean, that Blue Beetle's fine, but it's not my preference for Blue Beetle.
Yeah. And again, I don't know if...
His whole origin story makes no damn sense if you ask me, but...
And I don't know if any version of Blue Beetle can hold his own movie, so it's like, why wouldn't you do a Booster Gold and Blue Beetle movie?
No, Booster Gold needs his own movie. It's fine.
Oh,
George Lopez is the biggest... Oh, Susan Sarandon? Okay. Huh. Interesting.
Oh, yeah, that is coming out this...
When is that supposed to be out?
I think that's this year.
This year?
I believe so.
Is it this summer?
Well, it has to be this year, because they put out a trailer.
It's August 18th?
Yeah.
I feel like this movie came out of nowhere. And this is part of the James Gunn verse, or what's going on here? I don't know where that falls.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because this definitely isn't the original DCEU stuff. So,
yeah, I remember them, like, it seemed like they were talking about it as more like an idea than anything else. And
it actually was a movie. I know. I was just like, the trailer dropped, and I'm like, okay.
All right.
We're doing this so far. You know what it is they were like, oh, Namor did so well, we might as well put somebody of Latin origin out there, because we really don't have that. So I think that's what it was. Maybe, I don't know. I don't have any hopes for this movie. Shazam 2 didn't do any good. I don't know if they think a Blue Beetle that's not connected to nothing's gonna do.
It does seem weird. Again, it just seems like it came out of nowhere. So it's like, I mean, maybe as we get closer to the movie, but it's like, yeah, there's like really no advertising or anything for it. So it's like, I don't know what you think it's going to do when you're not promoting it.
Well, I don't think they don't want to waste the budget on promoting it. They're just going to like,
yeah, but
they'll probably reach out to some influencers.
Yeah, but
and have them do like previews and reviews and stuff, and that's about it.
Maybe, but it's like how it's like how much hope does a new character have? Any new character if you're not promoting it?
Yeah.
I mean, Shazam,
and he doesn't even like. Apparently, like he was in an interview and he didn't even read the comics to study, and so like a lot of the fans were roasting him. Like that's what I saw, and I was just like, oh,
you don't say that. Even if it's true, you don't say that.
Yeah, like they were just kind of quizzing me. He's like, I didn't read it. So yeah, that's probably why I totally spaced on the Blue Beetle movie. Like, oh, he doesn't have respect for the character. Cool. And that character barely deserves any respect anyway, so.
Oh.
I am not a Blue Beetle fan. I am not a Jamie Reyes Blue Beetle fan. Like I said, that origin makes no sense. It smacks of DC being DC. That's
the person of color, kids. I didn't say it.
Yeah, it's fine. You can at me. You know, I love a good hot take. If he means something to you, that's cool for you. But like, I don't even like Vixen because she felt very forced too. Like she became her own thing, but when she first got introduced, I'm just like, really? Well, you can't have Storm.
Well, she was part of an ensemble.
An initiative.
Yeah.
She was an initiative.
Well,
so was Storm, to be fair. I'm not going to lie. So was Storm. It's kind of clear and obvious, but.
I think we talked about that. We could cover some Detroit Justice League at some point.
Oh, yeah. We've been threatened. We threatened that like on Unlimited Justice, so.
Let's all thank Aquaman for that, kids.
I'm down. Like those are good books. Don't get me wrong. It's not, it's not the classic Justice League, but it's a fun Justice League.
I mean,
Justice League Europe's really cool too, actually.
Yeah, I mean, most of that Detroit League is Jerry Conway. So
yeah.
Oh yeah, Detroit. All those Justice League books. Yeah, Europe, all of it.
Yeah, it was fun. Like as much as I say I love classic, I didn't actually. I mean, cartoon-wise, I grew up on the classic Justice League lineup, but in the comics, no. Justice League Detroit's my Justice League, actually.
Oh my!
So, fun fact. I don't know. Like, dear Warner Brothers, hire people who actually care about your properties.
Got two right here.
So many other people they could have hired. That we could have beat Marvel if they would have just.
I mean,
They would have just let Nolan go. If they could have just let Nolan go, man, we could have beat Marvel. Like, if I had a time machine, after I get my the Superman first Action Comics, clearly, I'm going to go back and go, hey, just let him go, man. He doesn't need to be involved in Superman. Let it go, man.
They were right there. They were right, as the MC was starting, they were right there. They couldn't.
I mean, literally, The Dark Knight Rises, Superman Returns what killed it, though. Like, couldn't get a second Brandon Roth the Superman movie. That's what killed it. Well, that's what stopped us dead in our tracks.
They wanted him to be new Christopher Reeve so bad, and it's like, no,
which didn't make sense.
No,
it's like, babes, like only super fans know about the Donner Cut. What are you doing? Like, the Donner Cut wasn't even available until very briefly before the actual movie came out. Anyway, it's a whole crazy thing that we should definitely dive into one day.
Yeah, again, they don't get those characters. It's like Superman Returns. Oh, he left Earth for a bunch of years, and even like.
Do you know why? Well, you have to watch the Donner Cut. You can't watch 2, the theatrical release. No, you got to go back and watch the Donner Cut of 2.
But even Dark Knight Rises, it's like, oh yeah, Batman quit for a couple of years. That's not Batman. He'll go until he gets killed, man.
Exactly.
He's not retiring.
I mean, that's the only life for a vigilante, honestly.
Didn't you say redo Frank Miller? Oh wait, he had him retired. Never mind.
Yeah. Well, people who don't know the character, like I said. Anywho, well, let's get out of here. All
right. So yeah, I don't know what we're doing next episode. The next 2.
It's going to be a surprise.
That's true. The next 2 are going to be a surprise, but then in
tuna casserole surprise, kids.
The next 2 are going to be a surprise, but then in June we're going to be doing all things Transformers.
Transformers, robots in disguise.
Movies, comics, animation. Yeah, you name it. We're going to talk it. So.
Are you a Decepticon or an Autobot? Let us know.
Including a review of the new movie, because we have a Beast Wars fan over here.
Beast Wars! It's not going to be good. Like, the live action Transformers movies are not good.
No.
They're fun, stupid movies, but they're not good. They're incoherent, but they're fun. They're robots smashing shit, man.
And at least that episode, and maybe all month, we should have 1 or 2 guests with us.
We might have our favorite biscuit.
And maybe our favorite Mountain Dew lover, too, so.
Ooh, Russ, don't let me down.
Wild like an animal.
Team Mountain Dew needs to reunite, Russell. Don't let me down.
Beast Wars.
Wild like an animal.
Where's the Joker Nuggets?
Oh.
Where's the Megatron Nuggets?
Where's the Joker Nuggets?
No, I invented that, you dick.
Why we don't have a Big Belly Burger is beyond me.
Yes.
You blew it, DC.
You blew it.
Anyway, we have a whole other show to do with super better guest.
Mr. DG Chichester. That's right. So, yes, kids. So, send us your thoughts on the Transformer stuff's coming up, and as soon as we figure out what we're doing, I'll put it up on social media. So
let us know how you feel about the Flash's last season. What you think has been the best episode so far, the worst episode. And totally interested to hear your take on it, guys.
In this episode, so. All right, so yes, email us saltyandpetty69@gmail.com because Lilith Hellfire works here. saltyandpetty69@gmail.com. Or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find all past episodes, basically anything on the network and social media. If you want to, you should follow us. You know what's going on. Merchandise, the Patreon, where you should subscribe. All of it's at tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network. It's in the show notes. Shut up, Lilith. All right, Lilith Hellfire.
There's nowhere where people can find me. If you want to find me on Facebook, you can find me on Facebook. I'll be your friend.
You might.
You'll get sporadic updates, dog pictures.
You might catch a glimpse on Google Earth. Come on.
Good luck.
You can see underground, maybe.
Good luck.
Just see a couple. If you see some random dogs wandering the Mexican desert, that's her. All right. But yeah, we'll be back with what? I don't know, but we'll be back.
That's a threat, not a promise.
We came back for one last time, but our powers are weakened.
So weak. They didn't give us much to work with, honestly.
Because he wanted to wear that Green Arrow suit.
Exactly.
All right. Until next time, come back and please don't fail this city.
Or you'll get an arrow to your knee!